If you were to think about some of the requests that you have received over this time that we have been in the pandemic, and now with so many of us facing systemic racial injustices and speaking out about that, and maybe some of the isolation issues that we're running into, what do you see trending as something that is what are we facing right now, and what are some tools that we can put in our toolbox that would help us with those particular issues?
Well, what we're seeing is really an increase in, stress and anxiety regarding the shelter in place. So people are being isolated from their support systems. Kids are being isolated from their friends in school. Some kids didn't like going to school, and that was okay. But then they're at home with their parents. So the parents have to work remotely, try to find a place in the house to work, how to educate their kids. Finally, school's over, but that was a huge pressure on parents, and especially, school age younger kids. It's really hard to work at home and, be a teacher and educate. So we really responded. A lot of the agencies responded. The county and Aldea created wellness lines that people can call in, get help and support. And our family wellness line have had some people reach out, but we're concerned that not a lot of people are reaching out.
What about the increase in stress and anxiety? That's probably going to be something that makes my fuse a bit shorter. And how do I identify if my stress and anxiety is going up, and what can I do to manage that?
That's interesting because sometimes we realize it if we snap at someone, or we're at the end of the day and we're, are just too tired or we can't sleep. Those are, ways that we can try to identify if we're making bad decisions, if we're, not exercising the way we should, or going out for a walk, or socializing with the people that we usually socialize with, or Zoom them. uh, and having, different behaviors, like I said, sleep too much, not sleeping at all, stressing out. And then how are we reacting to that stress? Kind of think about, are we trying to, if we notice it, try to put in something every day that we can do. Can we wake up and, keep a gratitude journal? Can we get outside a little bit more, get some exercise? Can we eat a little healthy, get some, good food in our my cat. Sorry, I tried to get her off.
At our cats and
And we're all working from home, and we all have kids or cats or anyone that jumps in. But yeah, so just realizing is the first, and then also listening to the people around you. If they're saying you're acting different, or they're concerned about you, you know, don't don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, and reach out to professional help, because during this time, we all need, this is all stressful on everybody, and we all need support.
there's sometimes a bit of hesitance when it comes to reaching out for help to an organization such as the one that you are directing. What encouragement can you give? Because sometimes the idea is, oh, that's for really crazy people.
Hmm.
So maybe you can give us some examples of things that that your organization does that aren't quote unquote crazy, like
Hmm.
somebody that may just have high stress or may just feel a little bit more depressed. Like what what kinds of cases in general would somebody say, I can identify with that case, I think I might call?
Hmm. Well, that's interesting, because we all have health issues, whether they're mental health or physical health. We're healthy in some aspects, and then we might have diabetes, or we might have, you know, um, high blood pressure. So your mental health is very similar in that there's sometimes we're really healthy, or we respond to certain situations, and then other situations it's more difficult and it weighs upon us more. You know, I like to say, so when we work with younger kids, we tend to do a lot of play and talk about how they're seeing the world. With teenagers, it's difficult because it's not cool to be in therapy a lot of times, or to be in substance abuse treatment, or talk about that. So, really, I would encourage people that know of any youth that really looking at it as trying to find people that are feeling the same way as you do. Um, and then with those of us who think, oh, I'm really stressed out, but maybe we should keep that mental health to people that are really, really disturbed and really need it.
Right.
Um, I think we all need tune-ups. I mean, every single person would love to have a life coach. I mean, this is something that helps us navigate. If you have somebody at work that supports you and coaches you, or somebody at home, this is someone that helps you navigate those things that are kind of a real support, but can help set goals or talk about feelings or anything that will help, you know, help even you off or not help you with any feelings that might be disturbing you. So,
I really like how you put the phrase, it's like having a life coach, someone that helps you to process the difficult circumstances that are happening in the right now, and helps you to I know sometimes that when I am really upset, I call a friend and I vent and I say, hey, this is going on. I'm super frustrated about that. But unfortunately, sometimes those friends then tell other people some of my frustrations when all of my emotions were raw. And I'm
mhm.
trying to process through that so that when I enter into a conversation, I'm a lot more calm. I think that what I heard you saying a little bit is it's just like calling your friend, except there's a little bit more confidentiality in that as
Yeah.
well.
More confidentiality, and also with these days we are all stressed out, so your friend might be going through the same thing and not be able to hear you
Well
or not
said.
give good advice. Not that therapists don't go through anything, but folks that work at Aldea and work at these great mental health service providers really work on trying to take care of ourselves, or we have an avenue to do that so we can be there and show up for the person who needs us. I mean, that's our job, to show up um, with as much support or guidance or a listening ear as we can. Um, and the confidentiality is definitely key. It's helpful to know that you can vent but not have it come back at you later on. So
Yeah, well, I just want to thank you so much. Again, you are extremely busy, especially during the pandemic, and with this new leadership role of leading many of our mental health leaders, workers, practitioners, and also being a part every week when we meet with the pastoral leaders. You're there too. And so you really are taking a huge leap at being one of our leaders in the community. And so thank you for I think right now, the most valuable thing you have is your time. And we're just so glad that you can share that with us. So
Josie, well, thank you. I must say, I just enjoy, I've gotten to know you, and I learn from every person I meet. I just learn and grow so much, and I really value this time I had with you, and I look forward to many more meetings with you.
well, thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that these series of videos have been very helpful to you. And please take advantage of the services that are available to you, even if it is just for a short amount of time. Know that Kerry and her team are here to help you get through this.